guys, and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to give you some reasons of why the narcissist had to leave you. Okay, first of all, these toxic people, they're not in the energy of providing closure. You know, the way that they finish things that they start is just by abandoning it. Okay, because they don't want to feel abandoned. So they'll abandon you, they'll reject you. And this is how they operate, guys. So, you know, they're not providing that closure, and they will ghost people. They will just never call you again, or they'll just disappear. And, you know, all of these things that are huge red flags to a person with poor communication skills, a lack of commitment, and, you know, that does not care about you. Okay. So very unhealthy and toxic person. And then that leaves the other person sometimes with a lot of questions like, well, then why? What the hell? Like, what is going on? Why did this person have to leave? Okay. So I'm going to give you some reasons as to why this would happen. All right. So number one, guys, they had to leave because they couldn't control you. All right. One of the reasons why they had to leave is because they couldn't control you. And this is a good thing. This is actually a good thing. But what happens is when you're in the energy of putting your external environment on the throne, giving it control and power in ways that it should never have, meaning, you know what, how that person treats me is a reflection of my self-worth. It's going to affect my self-esteem. I'm going to take it personally. I'm going to internalize it. I'm going to automatically, like a chain reaction, think is something wrong with me, and check myself and analyze myself and dissect myself and criticize myself and find some reason why it was my fault. Okay. So when they can't control you, yeah, they're going to get out of there. What is the manipulative person wanting to hang around for if they can't get what they want? They're not able to manipulate you. So either they're going to retreat to think of another approach with you, or another angle, or another way that they might be able to swing, you know, power over to their side, or they're just going to wash their hands with it and be on to the next. But here we go again. If you're that person, again, that needs that validation from your external environment, just getting your self-esteem from your external environment, you're going to see them with the next person of like, oh, why was he better than me? Or why was she better than me? Like, why did they choose them over me? Okay, these are red flags that you need to do some shadow work. Okay, hit me up for some coaching. We can work through these things, but you got to get out of that mentality, because it's not going to serve you well in life, especially when most people in our lives are temporary. Okay. So number one, they couldn't control you. Good for you. But you holding your head down and feeling bad about it. Good for you. All right. Number two, to break the intimacy. All right. These people aren't truly trying to have loving, fulfilling, intimate relationships. So this is why they have to blow hot and cold. This is why you got the push and the pull. So if anything is starting to get too mushy, if you guys are getting along for too long of a period of time, oof, we got to intercept that. You know, the toxic person is going to have to intercept it, okay? And cause some type of conflict, cause some type of division, cause some type of chaos, cause some type of drama, cause some type of break within, you know, whatever is flowing good in a relationship, because this isn't really what they were seeking. It's what you were seeking. It's not what they were seeking. So we had to get clear on that. All right. Number three, it was divine timing. It kind of goes back to what I said in part one, where, you know, most people in our lives are temporary. So if you have a problem with endings in life, if you have a problem with letting go, in your life, you trying to hold on to everybody you ever met, you know, past their expiration date in your life, this is when you get yelled at by the universe. You know, this is when God has to scream at you, basically. And this is when he has to orchestrate these devastating things that are going to happen, that's going to burn that bridge, because you won't do it. We got to make it so that it's going to happen one way or another. even if you got to be kicking and screaming while you're doing it. So it was divine timing. And who are we to fight against divine timing? You know, who are we to do that? You know, you can't fight against it. All you're going to do is make it harder on yourself. You're going to bring more offenses, pain, agony against yourself when you try to do that. And then divine timing wins. Nature is going to win. God is going to win every time. So let's increase our emotional maturity, guys, to the point where we're not fighting against what we're working with. Okay, we're not fighting against the truth, but we're working with the truth. We're not fighting against the ending. We're going to work with that ending because we know endings are what? Beginnings, okay? But we don't have the right mentality and perceptions. We're working out of a lack mentality. Oh, I got a man. It's not working out. I better hold on to it. I won't be able to get another one. Like lack mentality, you know, no faith in God to be able to provide and suit your needs. You're holding on to something you know is not even good for you. You got to check yourself with that. All right. Who are you to go against divine timing? You're just hurting yourself at that point. Scream at me, yell at me, give me a harsh reality, give me a harsh check me real hard. No, let it flow. Even narcissists kind of do this. They kind of do it too. That's why they had to leave. Their reality and what they want is to manipulate you. If they find they can't do it, are they fighting against that so much so? It's on to the next for them. They're going to line up some other sources. They're not going to keep putting their energy into that, okay? All right? But I don't want to digress too much. And we know they're not moving out of sincerity. It's another reason why they're able to move on. Oh, I should have put that on the list. Yeah. Oh, I guess we'll make that number. We'll have 6 things here. So let me intercept that. They weren't sincere. I won't put that on the list. Look at that. They weren't sincere, guys. You know, they didn't really love you. They didn't really care about you. They didn't really like you. They were tolerating you. They were stomaching you. They were using you. And when they were done, when they couldn't do it anymore, or they found someone that they felt that they could use or get more from, then they could easily leave you and push you to the side and on to the next you, okay? They weren't sincere, guys, all right? So we're down to number 5. Their mask was slipping, meaning that you probably were about to find something out about them that they didn't want you to find out. You know, so they had to leave before you got exposed to something that they didn't want you to find out about them. So they're being secretive. They had to leave so they can deal with something in private and then possibly come back to you, you know, once that was done. And they'll give you some story, you know, like the kid who said the dog ate his homework type of thing. And then if you're gullible and naive, or if you're so bent on wanting things to work a certain way, you're going to just swallow that story because it allows you to keep your story. Okay, that's why we're taking those lies. That's a whole nother video. All right. But yeah, their mask was slipping, something they didn't want you to see or find out or know. So they had to dash, they had to leave, had to disappear, had to ghost, had to get silent, had to fade to black, had to go in the background, deal with that, and then come back. All right. So number 6, another supply. You know, they had to leave because someone else, you know, someone else has their attention and something else is going on. Maybe they were really married and pretending to be single. And these kind of intercept, you know, with the mask slipping, you know. So another supply is more priority than you. So that means you're going to get ghosted or you're not going to get attention. Okay. So something is going on with another supply. They may be on the brink of losing that supply and they don't want to lose that supply. So they have to give it the energy, take the energy they were giving to you and give it to them. So another supply, guys, and that's pretty straightforward. All right. So they can't control you. They're trying to break the intimacy, disrupt that pattern of anything positive and free flowing. Okay. This is why you might say every 2 months, every 3 months, like, they wasn't really trying to have that really go down. They don't want the relationship to cement in that way, not in a healthy manner. And dysfunction, yes. And toxicity, yes. Healthy manner, no. All right. They weren't sincere. That's pretty straightforward. They never really cared anyway. So how easy is it to walk away from something you didn't really value to begin with? You were pretending to value it, but you didn't really value it. Of course I can walk away from it. Of course I can just jump into something with someone else that I don't really value either. Of course I can keep doing this because everything is all dispensable, right? Divine timing, guys. The season was over. The chapter was over. Your experience with them at that point, it should have been enough to give you what you needed to help you stronger in life, to help you learn some things in life. All right, so let's stop fighting against divine time, guys. Kicking and screaming, hurting ourselves further, putting more on our plate to heal from, okay? The mask was slipping. Uh-oh, she's going to find out. He's going to find out something. I got to fade to black for now. You know, I got to get in the background. I got to leave because I don't need them to find out about this. I don't want them to see this, okay? Another supply. I found something better. I feel like I've upgraded you. Or, you know what? I've gotten what I needed, you know? Another supply. I got to put my attention over here. And then also, you know, knowing them, they always have a crisis somewhere, a fire to put out somewhere, a supply to try to reconvince somewhere. So, you know, they're all over the place to begin with, okay? They're all over the place. So yes, it was another supply, all right? So I hope that these answers have helped you. And, you know, it could be more than one. It could be more than one on here. But these are the reasons why the narcissist had to leave. But I have a brownie one of why they had to leave. Can you think of what that is? And we're going to make this the number 7. And this is the most empowering reason. Okay. The narcissist had to leave because you said they had to leave. Because you ended the relationship, guys. All right? Because you ended it. You took the control. You decided to walk in the truth. You decided to take the rosy colored glasses off. You decided to honor yourself. You decided to let go of something that doesn't serve you so that you can make space for something that does. Even if that means initially filling it up with your self-love and your lessons so that eventually you can attach yourself in healthy relationships and maintain those. All right, so number 7, because you were honest enough, brave enough, real enough, sincere enough to yourself to be able to end that, all right? So if this video resonates with you, go ahead and hit that like button, guys. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. Over 700. It might be actually getting close to that. Definitely over 600. I'm thinking over 650 at this point. I got to look at that today and get the exact number. But definitely over 600 videos here to help you increase your emotional maturity, emotional intelligence, learn more about psychology, help you with the shadow work that you're doing with yourself, help you heal from narcissistic abuse, help you even understand what it is. I mean, it's just a great channel just to be learning from, period. Whether you've experienced this stuff or not. And then if you haven't, good for you. Oh my gosh, you are going to be way ahead of the game here. You can intercept these toxic people and experiences or severely minimize the probability of it occurring in your life, okay? So take what you can to help you on your journey. Share this channel. Great ways to support it is to always hit that like button, guys. Down in the description is a link to my website, lakiacrawford.com. That is where you can schedule your one-on-one with me and help people work through everything under the sun here that is psychological, okay? Goals that you're trying to reach, shadow work that you're trying to do with yourself, healing from a toxic relationship, healing from being disconnected from yourself, trying to reach a business goal, getting your self-esteem and your perspective and your priorities back, all of these things. All right. You can go in there. I have all types of packages. I do voice calls, Skype, WhatsApp, or basically the FaceTimes. I do email coaching, guys, because writing is very therapeutic. And, oftentimes the YouTube videos really aren't enough. Okay. Be willing to invest in yourself. Okay. Just like you were willing to invest in your external environment. And that's often a big problem with people who aren't used to putting themselves as a priority or even on the list. You hesitate, you hesitate about helping yourself. And I understand that, sometimes there's financial abuse, and I have things for that as well. You go through my Patreon, you'll get discounts on my services if you've been financially abused. But, it's going to gauge right there when people are willing to invest on themselves. Prime example, a survivor came to me. She said, I left a narcissist and, I went into debt trying to lift this person up in life, and I really want to get coaching. I was like, okay. She's like, but I really can't afford it. I'm like, okay, well, for those who are financially abused, I highly recommend, going through my Patreon, and for as little as, I believe it's $25 a month, you can start out with an hour coaching session with me for being a monthly member. And she was like, I'll think about it. And I'm like, you can't be serious. You can't be serious about your healing at that point. I can't take that serious, because I can only imagine how much money you've thrown and pushed into this other person's life. And I've made ways to meet everybody's budget on this channel. And you're questioning a $25 investment in yourself when you're saying you don't have any peace of mind. I can't take that serious. You're not there yet. Your self-love is so low that even you got to think about investing $25 in yourself and you say you don't have peace. I can't take that serious, guys. So don't be like that. Don't be like that with yourself. All right. I want all of you to get the help that you need one way or another. YouTube videos are a minimum, but coaching, I had to do it myself, and it really helped me become unstuck. It helped me see things that I don't know how long it would have taken me to see it, if ever, on my own. Okay. So God put people in your path for a reason. Use me. Take advantage. All right. Get the help that you need. Other than that, guys, I have 2 support groups, a public and a private support group. All right. And those links are below. And there's a couple people messaging me, this group is public. Yes, I do. There's some survivors out there that think everything needs to be private and secluded from the flying monkeys and the narcissists. Honey, child, please. Then my previous narcissists are watching these videos. How you doing? Life don't stop for them. There has to come to a certain point where I don't care if you're looking, and I hope you are. Because every time you do, it's a testimony, baby, that you ain't stopped nothing, that you weren't my maker and you didn't keep me down. Hello. I hope they're watching. Hello. Because it probably messes their head up. Like, oh my, I did everything dirty and nasty and raunchy that I could do to her. And look at her. She's shining brighter than before I met her. OMG. Check that out. So yes, I do have a public forum for NPD awareness, and it's going to stay public. It's going to stay public. All right. You don't have to join the public one if you're still, hesitant about it, or if you feel like you're living your life in fear, or you don't want to be found out by this one and that one. You better let that go. Okay. Let that go. But either way, do what's in your comfort zone. You don't have to join the public one. And I do certainly have the private ones. And, some people like to join both. Hey, to each his own. But yes, I wanted to have a public forum that pretty much anyone can join. I do require you to answer 3 questions before you join. Okay. And that's just to see where your head is at. All right. But yes, it's going to be stay in public. So I hope you guys, can understand that. And if you can't, it's a personal thing, isn't it? All right. So yes, I have those 2 support groups for survivors of narcissistic abuse. If you want to be a part of that, let me know. For the private one, inbox me. I'm trying to see if I could set that up where I could ask the questions too. I have to look into that when I can. But either way, I have that going on. You see down below, we got the Teespring items. Support the brand for the channel, of course, and make your statement against narcissistic abuse. And on my website, I actually had the No Narc merchandise that you guys order. For those of you who don't know about it, you can check that merchandise out as well. And also on my website, you can see about the 4 books that I've written. If you love my channel, you're going to love that content as well. It's also available on Amazon and Barnes & Nobles in ebook and hard copy format. If you order from my site, you'll be getting the signed copies. So for all the die-hard fans, you can get that personally sent from me with all my special touches. Anyone who's done it can comment down there how beautiful it was when you received it and how much you like the books and all that good stuff. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. My books are very understated. There's so much to be gotten there. So you definitely want to check that out. All right. With all of that being said, I love all the support that I'm getting on the channel. Great ways to support the channel is to always like the videos and leave comments and share the content, guys. We need to grow channels like this. There's so much foolishness out there. You know, my channel feeds the soul, feeds the mind, the brain, and all that good stuff that we need to be doing in this world. All right. So definitely push a channel like this, promote it, share it with your younger nieces and nephews and people. Get them ahead of the game. They need to know about these people and they need to be guarded because they are growing in numbers. They're growing. So we need to understand that, all right? And they certainly don't teach it in schools. So, and some parents don't talk to, because they might not even know themselves, okay? I couldn't put a word to it until much later in life, you know, and I ain't old, but I ain't super duper young either. I'm right in the middle there, okay? So I was able to put a word to it and I didn't know, all right? That being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Thank you for dropping in. It's always great to, you know, make these videos. I love what I do. Did you know that? Could you tell? Can you feel it? I love what I do. It's completely within my purpose. I know this channel is something that God wanted me to do, is what he is waking me up for, and I won't be disobedient to that, you know. So I'm going to share all the messages that he wants, and it's a part of my legacy. And it's very sentimental to me, actually. You know, I don't cry much, so I don't think I'll be crying right now. But it is. It's very sentimental to me. And, you know, to be able to make this content, and it will always be here. One day, I don't know if the channel will ever end. I don't know. It depends on what God tells me. But I'm going to start packaging them and putting them in DVD format because I want people to have this stuff. You know, if ever YouTube ever shuts down or something, I want people to be able to have it. So I'll probably, as a project, that I'll make volumes. I think that's a good idea. Put it in volumes where people can play this at home. Okay. So I'm excited about it. This is part of my legacy. You know, and none of my experiences were in vain, guys. None of them. And God will turn your lemons into lemonade because he was making the lemonade from the beginning. But yeah, the lemons are a part of the ingredients, but then comes the sugar. Okay, then comes that sugar. Mix that on in there. All right. The ice, even that cold ice, all of it works together because I don't like hot juice. I don't know about you. But yeah, let me digress. Let me quit fooling around here. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and God bless all of you. I want all of you to find your healing. I want all of you to be informed in life so that you can see these angles and be ahead and do better in your relationships, because that's what life is. Relationships with people, places, and things all day long. Okay? And whether they are healthy or unhealthy, balanced or not. And maybe these relationships are balanced and then these aren't. And then it's like, okay, I got to work on this part. I see I have unhealthy connections or relationships with this or that. I got to work on that. Okay. But at least having that awareness can get you started on the path, right? Right. All right, guys, I'm going to end for real this time. Talk to you soon. Take care.